with our Here Are the Jobs, our ongoing series where we show where the jobs are and how to get hired. This week, President Obama's been on the road making a special push for manufacturing jobs. He's also promoting his plan to bring jobs back to America. It's called insourcing. Made in America is something we don't hear often enough these days. For example, the last American-made television rolled off the assembly line almost 20 years ago. But now a company called Element Electronics is trying to reverse that trend. The Minnesota-based company built its brand selling Chinese TVs. But in March, it will open a new television assembly plant outside Detroit to actually build TVs right here in America. It will be the only one of its kind in the country. The company is starting with one assembly line and will have 100 jobs to fill. Owner Michael O'Shaughnessy says he hopes to add many more. I spoke with him this week and asked him about his plan.
We've been working on the project for a while. We've been talking to our customers about it for 18 to 24 months, getting them ready. We're starting with one assembly line. Our plans are over time, phase 2, to go 2, 3, 4, 5, as our output increases against the demand.
So you're hoping to get up to 500 jobs, but you're going to start with 100?
Frankly, I don't know what the limit really is.
Okay. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, the idea is to get started small, one step at a time. First plateau is 100. Phase 2, as we attract people to the business, specifically domestic suppliers that can supply this new business in the United States, I really don't know what the potential is. Within the thing that we have influence over, I believe there's an opportunity for a couple hundred jobs or several hundred jobs over time. That might be multiple years. But as we attract a supply base to the area and to the business, at this point it could be exponential.
Now, you're part of a trend of people bringing jobs, bringing manufacturing back in the country. The president mentioned it in his State of the Union address. Do you see that trend growing? Are you hearing anything to that effect?
I do believe it's a long-term trend. I think we're maybe at the tip of the arrow, right, as it's just getting started, potentially, trendsetters in this space. But the economics are real, right? The costs are going up, the different things that we talked about, they are real. So it makes sense for companies, if they're not doing it, it makes sense for companies to begin to look at doing it.
Now, you said this is emotional, this is personal for you. Why?
I lived in Warren, Ohio. If you go to Warren, Ohio now, it's not much different than it was in 1985. Wow. The factory shut down, the jobs went away. Of course, there's still work there. But those people are suffering, and Warren, Ohio is probably indicative of many places as the industrial left the Midwest, other parts of the country. So I remember that had a material impact on the families and friends that I had, on my own family. So there is an emotional part of this, to bring jobs back, right, to be able to potentially make a difference in communities with people and families that are no different than the people that I grew up with.
Now, the president talked about incentives for bringing jobs back, reshoring, as they call it. Mm-hmm. Have you been able to see any tangible incentives and any of these incentives helping you to do this?
So I watched the president's speech, and I thought it was right on the money with respect to his ideas. For me, as a small business owner who's trying to grow his business, those words are encouraging. At the same time, for somebody like me, we're really not educated in that space as an entrepreneur. We're encouraged to go out and to build our business, right? If there are government programs that we can tap into or learn about and get educated about, then obviously that's in our best interest. Our accountants at some point in time will tell us if there's tax incentives or otherwise. And frankly, even having conversations like this may open those doors. So it's encouraging to hear it. I think it's an important part of helping businesses sort of retrench back in the U.S. and make these things happen. I hope those things happen.
Now, I'm sure some of our viewers are wondering, how can you open a plant outside of Detroit and sell televisions at a reasonable price that is high quality to compete with TVs made in China?
Well, I've got the answer for him, right? In the end, it won't just be a reasonable price. It will be an exceptional price. We're being very strategic in how we do this. We're not going to do it on 32-inch TVs and smaller 40-inch TVs we're talking about, but 46-inch TVs and above. Because the cost of building a TV, if we take the total cost, at this point, if we make the adjustments for the labor advantage that we had over time against the increased costs on the other side of the business, we can produce these TVs for about the same cost, apples to apples, features to features, size for size. We can produce these TVs in this factory just outside of Detroit for essentially the same cost. The quality is exceptional. I would argue that our TV, the Element branded TV, will be as good a quality TV as consumer can buy anywhere, any brand.
What do you need to know? What kind of background do I need a background in electronics? What do I need to know? What background are you looking for me to apply?
That's a great question. So there's going to be a number of different things that we're going to do in the facility. We're actually moving right now our service and repair work there. We're going to put a call center there, so it's not just assembly work.
Immediately, we're looking at 100 jobs, and who knows where it goes as you try to brand and sell Element in the marketplace.
That's our story, yes.
All right. Michael, thank you so much, and keep us posted.
Pleasure to be here, and thank you very much.
All right.
Yep.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. In March, Element will start accepting applications for those 100 jobs. To find out more, just go to their website, elementelectronics.com/careers. Our website, politicsnation.msnbc.com, has the latest information on the companies we're featuring. We also have updates on the status of their jobs. Just click on Here Are the Jobs. We're looking forward to hearing from you.